mute. Oh no. Okay, I hope now you guys can hear me. I think my mic was off. Well, please share the broadcast with as many people as you can. Share the broadcast. You guys are unfair. You see that you are not hearing me and you just started leaving the broadcast. So you're supposed to inform me that the mic is off. Well, we are talking about fixed versus growth mind or mindset. Fixed versus growth mind or mindset. And I started off by saying we have people who are not ready to learn anything new. It's like every time you bring up something that is against their believing system, something that they are not acquainted to or something that they are not used to, instead of them opening up their mind, yielding themselves to learn, they go on the defensive mode. And I'm telling you, such people have a fixed mindset. They are not ready to move on. These are people who tell you, at our house, we do it this way. Where we come from, we do it this way. A person who live from Africa, go to Europe, and still want to do this things the same way it's done in Europe. Or the person leave America, come to Africa, and yet they still want to do things the way they do it in Europe. They don't want to learn anything new. They don't want to adapt to the culture where they find themselves, the situation in which they found themselves. They just want to do it their way. Now, normally, people with such an attitude, they don't grow up. They don't learn new things. They don't become so successful because they have so many limiting factors or limited beliefs. So they feel like, for example, if maybe a person grow up in a house where you were told you are not good enough, you are stupid, you are what, you are this, you are this. Normally these people are very, very difficult to love, because even if you try to love them in whatever way, they still at the back of their mind, they still something that telling them, why should he love me like that? Why should he treat me like that? Maybe he's trying to do something just to make me feel somehow, or maybe he's interested in something. So this is a fixed mindset, because this kind of people, they tell themselves, this is my limit in life. So I'm going to end up to here. So that's why it's so important, if you really want to make it in this life, if you want to increase in knowledge, in wisdom, in understanding, if you want to fit in the society, you got to have a growth mindset or a growing mindset, a mindset that is say, I don't know what they are talking about, but I'm ready to learn. I don't know what they are talking about, but I want to understand. What are they really talking about? I don't understand what they are saying, but I want to find out more. So that is a growing mindset, a person who is ready to learn. You don't just say, I don't know it, and then that is that. I don't know how to use a computer, so somebody must always come and help me to use a computer. That is a fixed mindset, a mindset that is not ready to learn. Oh, I don't know how to ride a bicycle. Somebody must help me to ride a bicycle to town or to go somewhere. That's a fixed mindset. It means that person is not ready to grow. He's not ready to improve. He's not ready to move forward in life. And unless if you tell yourself that there is room for improvement, unless if you tell yourself not even the sky is the limit, you always try out new avenues. People with a fixed mindset, they don't try out new avenues. They don't try to do new things that challenge their mind, that challenge their effort, that challenge their belief. They don't want to do anything that stretches themselves beyond what they know or beyond what they understand. Oh, you need to share this broadcast. Please just share with as many people as you can. Okay, so we are talking about fixed versus growth mindset. Fixed versus growth mindset. Is your mind fixed, or your mind is open to learning, to new learnings, to new ideas, to new knowledge, to new understanding, to new wisdoms? Is your mind ready to move from what you know to what you don't know. That's why even in school, when we teach kids, even in school, we always say a teacher must move from pre-knowledge, from what the learners already knew, and then they must move to abstract, to what learners don't know. So you are moving to new subjects, and any child who is not ready for abstract, for what they are not familiar with, they'll find it so difficult to learn. They'll find it so difficult to learn. But the moment you open your mind to new ideas, to new avenues of life, to understand that there is more to life than what you know, there is more to life than more than what you understand. There is more to life. You know, sometimes I read stories. I love to read stories. And you know, when we were young, they have these story books where they are talking about long time ago. There was this most beautiful girl in the whole universe. and it's always giving me this idea to say, probably so many years ago, people thought the world, the whole universe was just what they know, what they are familiar with. So what they understood at that moment. And that's why you see sometimes people make statements that just out of proportion because they thought that was the whole world for them. But there is more to the universe. There is more to the world. So unless you understand that what you know is not Alpha and Omega, unless you understand that your knowledge is not Alpha and Omega, unless you understand that where you are is not the best of life, you will not move forward. And therefore, if you have a fixed mindset, you will find everything difficult to do. Everything that is challenging will be an obstacle because you feel like, no, but I never done this before. That's a fixed mindset. Now, let's look at the growth mindset. The growth mindset is an open mind. It's a mind that is saying, I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to explore new avenues of life. I'm ready to explore new subjects of life. Somebody yesterday on my mentoring group asked me and says, do you think it's really good to study when you are 40? And what about the job opportunities? I mean, without experience, you are getting your first degree at the age of 40. Will you get a job? You see, that question has so much to say. You see, that question has so much to say. That is a person who is saying, I'm too old. Probably even if I study, I will not get a job. That's a limiting mindset. And this was my answer. This was my answer. And I said, you see, you are never too old to study. Never too old to study. Never too old to start anything. Never too old to get a job. And this is what I say. Sometimes we also need to understand we must not only study to get jobs. Sometimes we need to study for knowledge. Sometimes we need to explore life just to have more knowledge, to understand. You know, sometimes even you are in the midst of people discussing certain things, you can't even intervene because you don't understand what they are talking about. So what they are talking about is foreign to you because you have limited yourself to a certain set of ideas, opinions, or culture. But the moment you open up your mind, the moment you realize that there's more to life to learn, what you know is not what there is. Okay, what you know is not that it's the limit is the top of the sky. There is more to life. There is more to life. Please share the broadcast. Share the broadcast with as many people as you can, as we are just taking this topic of fixed versus growth mindset. Fixed versus growth mindset. And please, I want to know what you are learning from me. If you are learning anything or if you have a question, please just put it on the comment section. And if you just say, I'm watching you from Vendu, Kokahanja, Chwarongo, at least I also appreciate that. So don't just take my knowledge and you don't want me to know who is watching me. Please, I also want to know. And I also want to appreciate people who constantly watch me. So if you constantly watch me, I just also want to appreciate you. But if you don't comment, you don't say anything, I will never know who is watching and who is not watching. Well, we are talking about growth mindset versus fixed mindset. A mindset that is only fixed on certain set of rules, fixed on certain set of culture, fixed on certain set of tradition, fixed on certain set of laws or understanding. Now, I've seen this. Now, let me just say this. There are many people who fight in marriage because of fixed mindset. And I'm telling you, these things are happening every time. For example, I'm married a Herero. I grew up with a mixed of Oshiwambo and Angolan culture. Okay, so we have this mixed culture. I'm coming from actually a multicultural background, which put me a little bit on the advantage because I also grew up in a multicultural society. Where I grew up, there are so many culture, so many tribes, so many people from different areas, because we are just few kilometers from the border between Namibia and Angola. So that put me a little bit on advantage. But now imagine when I come into my marriage and I want my wife to do exactly how it's done where I grow up. She must cook the way food are prepared at my household, where I grew up. She must dress the way women are supposed to dress where I grew up. She must talk the way people are supposed to talk where I grew up. She must, you know, there is this also a culture that men and women don't walk together hand in hand. Okay, a man must walk somewhere there in front, and the woman must be somewhere behind, following the husband. So you can't walk. I mean, as a couple married people, you can't walk holding hands. You can't walk, you know, at the same pace. The woman must be behind, the man must be in front. So these are beliefs, cultures, and systems that are imbibed in a lot of people. And you find people fighting, literally fighting, and causing all this havoc in their marriage because they feel like, no, the wife must do it the way it's done where they come from, or the husband must do it the way it's done where they come from. That is a fixed mindset. And a fixed mindset have a lot of limiting factors. You will never go anywhere in life. You will never fit in a society that's more advanced than you because you feel like it's supposed not to be done that way. No, it's supposed not to be done that way. No, who said it's supposed not to be done which way? And therefore, a growth mindset, an open mindset is always ready. It's always ready to learn. Okay? Currently, I'm coming from the north and I'm in Otavi. Here, the culture is different, the tradition is different, the norm is different, the way of doing things is different. So for me to fit in here, I need to learn. I need to learn. In fact, I was telling somebody, I think I need to learn this language. I know it's so difficult with a lot of clicks, but I don't know how I'm going to, but I'm willing to learn. And I told myself, I said, okay, maybe I can learn even Afrikaans. A lot of people speak Afrikaans here. So I understand a bit of Afrikaans, but I can't speak. So, but if I told myself, I can't, I will never even cry if I tell myself I can't. So a fixed mindset is an I can't mindset. I will not mindset. I may not mindset. But an open mindset, a growth mindset is always willing to learn new ideas, new trends, new way of doing things. So you realize that the way we address parents might not be the same way some culture address their parents. So, and therefore, when you have a growth mindset, it means you are ready to learn. And you take every experience as a learning opportunity. Every new encounter is a learning opportunity for you to grow, for you to move from one level to another level. Otherwise, you will be isolated because you will not be able to do anything. And what about if you find yourself in an island that there's not anyone? What will you do since you never really want to learn? You never want to try out new waters. For example, I'm coming to you through this broadcast, Equip History Makers broadcast. I'm coming to you through Equip History Makers broadcast. Now, imagine if you are sitting there and you are saying, I don't think I will ever do what Kupololo is doing. You are limiting yourself. Oh, I don't think I will ever speak the way Kupololo speaks. You are limiting yourself. I don't think I will ever have an understanding that Kupololo is. You are limiting yourself. So, and growth mindset is the one say, it is possible. It might be difficult, but it's possible. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to try. I know it will take me some effort, but I'm ready to put in effort. That is a growth mindset, a mindset that is ready to grow, to move from one level to another. And people who have this kind of attitude, this kind of mindset, they always push themselves. They trade on new waters. They trade on new grounds. They read a lot of books. Yes, I know you can see the books behind me here. So I think, I don't know if there's any book behind me here that I did not finish reading. Maybe one or two. I think I saw one day when I was just picking my books here. I saw that, oh, I never read this book. So it's an attitude to say, there's more to life. I don't know everything in life, and I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to move forward, and therefore I cannot afford to lack knowledge. I cannot afford to lack knowledge. So people who help you now, they might not be there tomorrow to help you. And if you are not learning, you are going to suffer. You are going to struggle. The people who you might encounter in the future might not have the patience, might not have the zeal to help you to go where God wants you to go. They might not be ready to help you. And we are in a fast-growing world. Technology is moving so fast. I mean, we are in an era of artificial intelligence. Very soon we are going to have computers taking over from the classrooms. You might not have a teacher anymore in a classroom that is teaching. And you have now opportunity to learn. And if you don't learn now, it will be too late for you. You might lose your job just because of a simple something that you're supposed to learn now. We will not have nannies very soon in our homes. We are going to have robots cleaning our homes. We are going to have robots doing our laundries. We are going to have robots serving at the airport and all these things. And if you don't learn now, it will be too late, because you are going to lose your job. You are going to lose your job because the world is moving very fast, very, very fast. In fact, this probably might come as a shock to you who is watching me. If you never watch a movie 2050, I want you to go and look for it. A movie 2050 is an artificial intelligence movie. And these things are already starting to come, even though they are not full breed on, but they are already starting to come. Go and watch that movie 2050. It's an artificial intelligence. And this is what they are saying, that in the near future, some men might not even want to have a woman anymore, because then they are going to have robots who are talking, who are moving. And I mean, somebody's walking in a street talking to somebody, and you think it's a human being, but it's a robot. It's artificial intelligence. Because people are saying, why should I marry a person that we are going to fight every day? We are going to argue. We have different opinions. We have different ideologies. Why can't I just get a robot that is going to do whatever I tell it to do? You see, we are moving towards that. And that's why we need to empower ourselves. We need to equip ourselves with knowledge, wisdom, with understanding, so that this kind of world don't take us by surprise when they come. And I'm telling you, it's only a growing mindset that see that, man, we are moving forward. We are not moving backward, because the moment your mind is fixed, you will not go anywhere. Year in, year out, you are going to be at the same place. You will not improve. You will not become better. You will always have the same flaws that you have many years ago, because you are not working on yourself. And that's why it's always good to have a growing mindset, a mindset that is saying, I'm ready to learn, I'm ready to improve, I'm ready to be the best version of myself. And don't be limited by what surrounds you. There are more to life. Man, read books. Read books. I believe in Jesus Christ. Just that's me. I believe in Jesus Christ. But you know what? I have books here for Muslims. Islamic books here, not for Muslims, but Islamic books here in my house that I read. Is it because I want to become a Muslim? No, I just want to understand them better. Because the moment I understand them better, I will know how to treat them better. That's why you see, sometimes we fight unnecessary because we don't want to understand each other. A fixed mindset doesn't want to understand the other person. You are different from me, I'm different from you, so we don't have anything to talk about. That is not right. That is a fixed mindset. But a growing mindset is saying, I know we are different, but the more I understand you, the more I understand me, the more we handle each other better. I know what you like. I don't know what you don't like. I'm not going to force you to like what I like. And please don't force me to like what you don't like. And we move forward because we know each other. And the moment we know each other, we avoid a lot of unnecessary fights. And especially in a religious circle, we see this unnecessary infights. And you are saying, but is it really worth it? I mean, killing somebody just because he doesn't have the same faith that you have, it's a fixed mindset. It's an idiocratic mindset. I don't know. I don't want to use swear words, but it's just limiting you. It's just limiting you. So, thank you, Mbula Andia. Say, I wish the whole world will hear you, Uncle. God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. Yes, I wish also they can hear what I am saying. So it doesn't really matter what you believe, what I believe. If I can convict you, I can convince you to believe what I believe, then let's have peace. Let's have peace together. So you believe what you believe, I believe what I believe. That doesn't mean we need to hate each other. It doesn't mean we have to hate each other. At the end of the day, we are all humans. We are all created in the image of God, and we are all serving our purpose here on earth. And that's why we need always to look forward. We always need to look forward to this growing mindset, a mindset that says, yes, we don't believe, we don't have the same faith, we don't have the same belief, but I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to put you down. I'm not going to look down on you. It's not because you are not smart. It's not because you are not good enough, but just because we are different. So, and that's what makes us unique. Now, just imagine if you move in a field, okay? Just imagine this, you move in a field. Yes, please. Thank you, Mr. Kapehi. Please, let's share to ensure that everyone will hear this. So now imagine that you are moving in a field. You are moving in a field and I mean, maybe 100 acres of land. But then there's just the same flower from the beginning to the end of the field. It's same flowers. Since you started walking for 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers, you are only seeing the same species of flowers or trees. I mean, it becomes boring. At first, probably the first impression will be like, wow, this is so beautiful. But the more you keep on walking, it becomes boring. And that's what makes the world unique and beautiful, because we are different. Because we are different. And because we are different, it makes the world unique. We see things in different eyes. We understand things in different eyes. And that just makes it so beautiful. And that's why, honestly speaking, we need to have this mindset that is growing. The mindset that it says, I don't know everything. And what I know is not all that is there to know. You just know what you know, but it's not all that is there to know. There's a guy that I follow on Facebook. I don't know him very well, but I'm doing a lot of research on him actually. And should I really say this here? Probably I shouldn't. Probably I shouldn't. Okay, no, it's fine. I'm not going to say his name, but let me say it. But I'm not going to say his name because I know some of you are going to run to look out for him, and it might you might lose your faith because of him. Okay, it seems like he was a believer, and he moved out to be a Christian, and he's now talking a lot of things about Christianity. And as I'm talking now, he's having 2 wives. Okay, he's having 2 wives, and he have daily motivational messages, and he do analysis on movies. He will look at the movie, how it was played, and he talk about the moral of the movie, the intelligence behind the movie, the understanding behind the movie, why and what it means, and it's just so beautiful. I mean, this guy is not a believer, but I learned so much from him about some of the things that he say are true things, serious things, deep things. So what happened exactly for him to lose his faith, I don't know. Maybe he was disappointed in life or whatever. I don't have any clue. But one thing I know, even though a lot of Christians bash him, they say negative words to him, and he was sick, he got sick. I think, was it cancer or something? I'm not sure. And he was in a bed, and people were like, yes, you turn your back from God, you are going to pay, you will die and go to hell. And I'm like, what kind of a person who can say that to someone else? It doesn't matter really that we differ. Yes, I decided to have my own ways, but doesn't mean that you must wish me to go to hell or you must wish me to die. No, it just that it tell you how much a fixed mindset, really how much chaos, how much problem fixed mindset can cause. Because when your mindset is fixed, you become judgmental. You become so much judgmental that anything that other people are doing, which is not in line with what you do, then it's like it's not good. They're supposed not to do it. Why should you do that? Why should you say that? Hey, how can you talk to me like that? Sorry for that. So, and that's why you see that when the moment you start listening to different people, different opinions, different mindset. There's another guy that I listen to. This one is a Satanist, a pure Satanist. In fact, he called Jesus that Jesus lies. But anyway, I listen to him. Yeah, don't imitate me. Don't imitate me. Trust me. I'm a different species altogether. My mind is wide open. So, but it's good to have a mindset, but you must also have boundaries. Let me say that so clear. Having a growing mindset or an open mindset doesn't mean receive every information. Chew every information that you receive. No, it means, yes, you can have open mind, understand, but have a filter. Which one I accept, which one I allow to influence my life, and which one is not. I have a boundary, a complete boundary. And there are people that I said, never again. I will never listen to you again. I just put a complete stop on the tape and I say, I will never listen to you again. Because I've just seen that, no, whatever they are saying, it's a complete mess. So, what I want you to hear is that there's more to life. Don't limit yourself. Just because you were born in Otavi, you grew up in Otavi, all what you know is about Otavi, don't make Otavi your whole world. There's so much world outside there to know. And when you have new people who are coming from outside of Otavi or whatever town in which we are, personalize it, you have new people coming from outside, it's an opportunity for you to learn because they will start doing things that are not familiar to you because of where they are coming from, because of the influence where they are coming from. And that's an opportunity for you to learn from them, to say, oh, I never thought that can be done. Oh, I never have that understanding. It's an opportunity that you get to learn from other people. It's an opportunity. So don't just close your mind and say, I don't think I can do this, or I don't think I want to know that. Here we don't do it that way. Man, you are limiting yourself. The moment you say here, we don't do it that way. I remember when we just started with our ministry here, people told me, say, man, we never had people from outside Otavi staying here for 2 years. I say, sure, yes. As I'm talking to you now, I'm in Otavi for 5 years, and we've been doing ministry for how many? 4 years, 3 years, 4 years? For 4 years. Okay, I'm still in Otavi. Okay, but that is the mindset of the people. That's what they believe because that's what they have seen. And that's why every time new people come here in Otavi, one thing that I've known, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to say anything bad about Otavi. I love Otavi with all my life. I love people of Otavi, very good people, very loving people with a lot of potential. But one thing really I have noticed here is that people are so limited because they just want people from Otavi. If you are coming from outside, then you are a threat, then you are a danger. And it's probably not only in Otavi, it might be also somewhere else. So, but because I'm coming from this mindset of multicultural background that I have, I get along almost with anyone. And if you really want to learn, open your mind, be ready to learn from other people, be ready to hear what you don't know, even when you don't understand it, even when you don't believe it. At least just allow yourself to learn, because that is the only way you'll be able to have a better life, because you never know where you are going to find yourself tomorrow. Okay, you never know where you are going to find yourself tomorrow, with what kind of people you are going to find yourself tomorrow. And that's why it's always important to have a growing mindset. Guys, thank you very much for watching me, and I'm your host, Altiel Pololo. This is Equip History Makers. I'm looking forward for tomorrow as we are going to talk more on issues relating to life. Thank you very much. Keep on sharing the broadcast, And please go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the notification button, and share. It's so important. If you are truly learning from this broadcast, I'm just asking you, humbly requesting you, just to share with as many people as you can. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and just share with other people so that many people can hear this. Like Andia said, I wish the whole world would hear you, uncle. He's my nephew, actually, in Windhoek. So please, just make sure people hear this message, and you never know who it's going to help. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening.